After Korea, I was sent to, I can't remember the exact timing, but anyhow, I went to Germany on an assignment. What year was that? About 1954, I guess. Well, I went to Korea in 51, 52. Then I was in training command. Anyhow, I went to Germany, assignment in the 50th Attack Fighter Wing. And I had several other assignments too. But anyhow, we had a club by this time I was a Mason, and we had a club at Han where we'd built prior to I arriving, the Masons had kind of organized this club, and they built a clubhouse on property that was leased from the Germans by the Air Force. And so they allowed us to build or not us because I wasn't there at the time, but it allowed this clubhouse to be built. So we had a very informal club of Masons. And there was a lot of camaraderie. Officers and enlisted men and a few civilians were in this club. I really can't say how many people belonged to it, but my memory says around 30 or 40. I'm not sure. And we had little functions, like maybe a little a get together and have hamburgers and coffee or Coke or beer or whatever. And but it was just a club where we could talk about Masonic activities and rehearse, review old happenings, and of course we could not conduct any lodge business because we were not an established lodge. It was strictly a club. Unfortunate thing had happened about sometime in the 50s. There was when the services suddenly came up with this equal opportunity program, which was justified and needed, and to eliminate all prejudice against color or religion or any of the other things that I'm sure you're familiar with that took place. The wing commander came to me because I was a ranking officer that happened to belong to the club, and told me that we had to integrate, and at that time, and I hope I don't offend anybody, but at the time, his quote to me was, "You have to take and you have to have the Negroes belong to your club." And of course, the title is black, which is proper, but at that time, that's what was said. And I informed him. I said, "Sir, if the Negroes, or if the blacks, I'll use that now, wish to join, have them come and ask to join us. We're just a club." And he said, "No, that's not good enough." And I said, "There's an organization called Prince Hall, and I'm not familiar with it, but I know that the blacks belong to that. And as far as I'm concerned, fine. If they want to join, tell them to come and ask us. But I'm not going out and solicit it. That's their club. They have theirs, we have ours. If they want to join, I don't mind. None of us do, because we work with them daily in our activities as military men." Well, that wasn't good enough. And I said, "I am not going to solicit people to do something they don't want to do." Well, he couldn't order me to. He tried to, but this was a private organization. He couldn't do that. But anyhow, we had a lot of hassle over that. So he threatened to close the club down completely. And there was a lot of discussion. About that time, though, I was transferred, so I don't know what the end results were. But it was an unfortunate thing. It wasn't something that we manufactured or brought up. As I recall, there was nothing that said that we could or could not have, because the club was informal. It wasn't licensed. It wasn't chartered. It wasn't anything as far as the Grand Lodge was concerned. And it was just an organization of local Masons that wanted to get together and I call it unfortunate because it could have been resolved a lot easier. Say, hey, if you guys want to join with us, let us know.
Yes, that's
But
why they call it.
That's not the way it happened.
Yeah, military intelligence. Yeah.
Well,
It's kind of an oxymoron.
this wing commander, he was anxious to make a real good showing because the integration was a big thing at that time, rightfully so, and I recall very vividly that they had a, what did they call it? Black Appreciation Day, I believe that's what it was. And so all ranks were invited to come to this meeting at some, I don't know if it's a theater or club or what it was, anyhow, somewhere on base, and discuss whatever. And so they had different people selected to be speakers, and they talked quite a bit about how they were unjustly, some of them said unjustly treated, and others said, no, that's not true. I had every opportunity, I took advantage of it. So it's back and forth discussions. This has nothing to do with Masonic, except this, what I've already told you, how our experience with our club was. Anyhow, finally, this wing commander said, well, Dick, there's nobody gotten up and said any of our opinions.